Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're going to be exploring the mind of Jack Ma, the Alibaba guy,
Yeah.
and his ideas about innovation. Our source material today is a really fascinating YouTube video. It's called Jack Ma's Speech, Innovation, Where Do Ideas Come From? On the channel Motivation for Success.
Cool.
And Ma really digs into some thought-provoking questions in this speech, like where do all those great ideas come from? What
Yeah.
is it that really makes an innovator tick? And should we really be worried about robots taking over the world? All of that and more. So let's dive in.
What really struck me when I first listened to this speech was how Ma doesn't just limit innovation to, the tech world.
Yeah.
He sees it as like this core part of what makes us human, as natural as breathing or eating.
It's not just about the next gadget, right?
Right.
It's something much bigger.
Exactly.
He even connects innovation to both IQ, which is like, your book smarts, and EQ,
Yeah.
that wisdom that comes from experience.
Yeah. And Ma argues that real innovation happens when these two forces combine.
Makes sense.
He actually uses a really interesting analogy. He compares himself to the grandson of a World War II veteran.
Okay.
So the grandson's asking his grandfather, were you a hero? And the grandpa says, no, but I fought alongside them.
I like that.
And Ma kind of feels the same way about, learning from all the innovators and entrepreneurs who paved the way.
Yeah, it's fascinating how he kind of positions himself as part of this lineage of innovation. Not like a lone genius or anything. And that leads into this point that I think is so interesting, that innovators are often seen as, a little bit
Crazy.
a little bit out there.
Yeah, you think about it, like,
Yeah.
how many groundbreaking ideas were initially dismissed as
Well, yeah.
totally outlandish, impossible?
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a badge of honor, right?
Really?
For an innovator to be told, like, your idea is nuts. And Ma experienced this firsthand. When he first started Alibaba, everyone thought he was crazy to believe that e-commerce could really work in China. Like back then,
Yeah.
no credit cards, no reliable delivery systems. And it just makes you wonder how many potentially world-changing ideas get shut down early on.
Yeah.
Because they seem too far-fetched at first.
That happens all the time. He even shares this funny anecdote about pitching Alibaba in Silicon Valley.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and basically they just laughed him out of the room.
Wow.
They told him e-commerce would never work in China. But his response, we believe China has the future, and we believe the internet is going to change China. But, and this is important, this wasn't just, blind optimism.
Right.
Ma understood that innovation is a team sport.
Yeah, he really emphasizes that you need more than just a great idea.
Totally.
You also need a team.
Yes.
A team of passionate believers who really share your vision. He tells this great story about an investor who initially thought Ma was nuts,
Yeah.
but then totally changed his mind after seeing the drive and dedication of the whole Alibaba team.
It's inspiring, right? Really shows that innovation isn't a solo act. You need that group of people who are just as crazy as you are, who are willing to challenge conventions, push boundaries together.
And this kind of feeds into his belief that small businesses are actually in a really good position to be innovative.
I see where you're going with this.
They're agile, they're hungry for success,
Yeah.
and they're willing to take risks that that larger companies might shy away from.
Right.
So if you're running a small business, don't underestimate your ability to disrupt the market.
It's all about finding those niche opportunities.
Yeah. And just going for it.
He uses this fantastic example to illustrate this.
Oh, yeah.
About an online shoe seller
Okay.
who found success by catering to a very specific niche market.
And what was that?
People with size 48 feet.
Wow, that's specific.
Right. It shows that innovation isn't always about, like, flashy technology or anything. It can just be about identifying a need, even a seemingly small one, and finding a creative solution.
This is almost like a permission slip then,
Like,
right? For those of us with kind of like niche ideas, this seemingly small thing in the shoe market speaks volumes about the potential impact that small businesses can have. Ma's message is a powerful reminder that sometimes the most groundbreaking ideas come from unexpected places.
I love that it ties into his bigger point, that technology is a tool, not the whole story. Innovation isn't just about the latest gadgets, software. It's about using human ingenuity to solve problems, no matter how quirky those problems may be.
He even brings up some rather unusual examples, like glasses designed for watching TV while lying down.
Oh, I've seen those.
Or services that help people write breakup letters.
Oh, wow. Right. Not exactly what you'd think of as like cutting-edge technology, but they demonstrate that innovative thinking can be applied to, any aspect of life. It's about that spark of creativity and the willingness to find solutions where others only see problems.
And this leads us to a question that's on a lot of people's minds these days.
Oh, yeah.
What about AI? Are robots going to take over the world, steal all our jobs? It's a valid concern in this age of rapid technological advancement.
Absolutely. And Maul directly addresses it in his speech. He argues that while AI and automation are, transforming the workforce, humans will always be in control.
Okay.
Because we have something that machines don't. Hearts.
We are hearts.
We possess empathy, compassion, that ability to connect with each other on a deeper level.
Yeah.
Machines, they operate on chips, algorithms. They lack that human element that really drives true innovation and progress.
It's reassuring in a way.
Right.
It's not about feeling the future, but recognizing those unique qualities that make us human.
Exactly. And to kind of further ease those anxieties about the future, Ma shares this story about the early days of the internet in China.
No.
People were terrified, that it would destroy everything. 22 years later. Those apocalyptic predictions haven't materialized, but the things no one anticipated did happen.
It makes you think, like, what unexpected innovations are out there waiting for us that we can't even fathom yet?
It really underscores the fact that we can't predict the future with any certainty.
Right.
But we can cultivate a mindset that embraces change.
Yeah.
And sees opportunity in the unexpected. Precisely. And a key part of that mindset, I think, is lifelong learning. The more we expand our knowledge, our skills, the better equipped we'll be to navigate whatever the future throws at us.
This whole idea of embracing change also makes me think about the role of government in fostering innovation. How can governments, encourage this kind of forward-thinking, adaptable mindset?
Ma believes that governments should act as facilitators, not controllers, of innovation. Instead of trying to micromanage technological development, they should focus on creating environments where innovation can flourish.
So it's more about like setting the stage.
It's like cultivating a garden, You provide the right conditions, sunlight, water, fertile soil, and let the plants do their thing.
So it's about empowering entrepreneurs, businesses to experiment, to take risks, push the boundaries of what's possible.
But how do we...
But then how do we also strike a balance between fostering innovation and making sure the development happens responsibly? I mean, new technologies can have unintended consequences, right?
Absolutely. And Matt acknowledges this. He uses this fascinating historical example to illustrate the potential pitfalls of overly restrictive regulation. He talks about the introduction of automobiles in the UK. Back in the 1860s.
Oh, yeah. I remember reading about that. Wasn't there some law that required cars to have a guy walking in front waving a red flag?
Exactly. It was called the red flag law. When cars first appeared on the scene, they were seen as a threat, particularly by, those whose livelihoods depended on. So to appease these concerns, the government imposed speed limits and required a person to walk ahead of each car, waving a red flag to warn pedestrians.
Look, they're a roadblock to progress.
Right. So Ma uses this example to demonstrate how well-intentioned regulations can sometimes stifle innovation and hinder progress by trying to protect the interests of a few. The government unintentionally slowed down the development of an entire industry.
And the lesson here is that?
The lesson here is that sometimes the best thing governments can do is get out of the way and let innovation run its course, while still being mindful of potential risks, of course.
It seems like a delicate balancing act.
Right.
On the one hand, you encourage innovation, allow new technologies to flourish. But on the other hand, you got to be aware of potential downsides, make sure that the development is responsible.
Absolutely. And it goes back to Ma's emphasis on adaptability and the need to constantly evaluate, adjust our approach. There's no one-size-fits-all solution. It requires a willingness to experiment, learn from our mistakes, and find that right balance between progress and responsibility.
All this talk about the future and innovation brings us back to a really thought-provoking statement that Ma makes. In his speech, he says, most people die tomorrow evening. It sounds a bit morbid at first, but I think there's a deeper meaning there.
It's definitely a statement designed to make you stop and think. He's not being literal, of course. It's a challenge to consider how we would live our lives differently if we truly embraced the preciousness and fleeting nature of time.
It's a powerful question, isn't it? If we knew we only had one more day to make a difference in the world, what would we do? What dreams would we pursue? What risks would we take?
It forces us to confront our priorities. Think about what truly matters. What legacy do we want to leave behind?
And it connects back to Ma's message about the importance of taking action and not letting fear hold us back from pursuing our passions and making a positive impact. He sees business as a force for good, a way to improve lives, solve global problems.
Absolutely, he talks about how we're facing some serious challenges as a global community. Poverty, disease, environmental degradation. He believes that through innovation, collaboration, a commitment to social responsibility, we can find solutions.
He even makes this really striking comparison. He states that the Third World War shouldn't be a war between nations, but a war against these common enemies that threaten humanity as a whole.
That's powerful. It's a call to action, isn't it? It urges us to work together to build a more just, sustainable, prosperous world.
And he's not just talking about,
Right.
governments or large corporations.
He believes that. Each individual has a role to play.
It's inspiring to think that we all have the potential to be agents of change that we can use. Our creativity, ingenuity, compassion to make a real difference, no matter how small.
And that, I think, is at the heart of Ma's message about innovation. It's not just about creating new products or technologies. It's about transforming the way we think, the way we work, the way we interact with the world around us.
This deep dive has been incredibly thought-provoking. Ma's perspective on innovation is so refreshing, so empowering.
It really is.
It's not just about the next big thing in tech. It's about cultivating a mindset of curiosity, courage, and a relentless pursuit of progress.
And it's a mindset that's accessible to all of us, regardless of background, profession.
It really is. It's about fostering that can-do spirit, that belief that we're not limited by the way things have always been done. We're empowered to imagine and create new possibilities.
It's a powerful reminder that you don't have to be, a tech giant or a world leader to be an innovator.
Right.
We can all make a difference.
Like that shoe seller catering to a niche market.
Exactly.
It highlights that even small innovations can ripple outward and inspire others to think differently.
I love that example.
Like a permission slip to get creative.
Yes.
And to solve those seemingly small everyday problems. Who knows? Maybe your solution could be the next big thing.
Absolutely. It all starts with recognizing that innovation isn't some exclusive club. It's a mindset that we can all cultivate. It's about valuing experimentation. Encouraging curiosity. And seeing failure not as a setback, but as a stepping stone to success.
That resonates with me. I think we've all had those crazy ideas that didn't quite pan out.
Oh, yeah.
But those experiences, they teach us valuable lessons.
Exactly. And innovation thrives in environments where ideas can be freely exchanged. Diverse perspectives are welcomed. Everyone feels empowered to contribute. We can all learn from each other's successes and failures.
It really highlights the power of collaboration, right?
Absolutely.
Innovation isn't a solo endeavor. It's a collective journey.
It's about harnessing that collective creativity and ingenuity of a group of people who are passionate about making a difference.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Jack Ma's insights on innovation, I'm left with this lingering question. What would you do differently if you truly embrace that? Most people die tomorrow evening. Philosophy.
That's a good one.
What bold steps would you take? What problems would you try to solve?
It's a powerful question that encourages us to, reflect on our values, our passions, our purpose. What kind of impact do we want to have on the world?
It's a call to action, right? Urging us to seize the moment and make the most of the time we have.
Precisely. It reminds us that we all have the potential to be innovators, to make a difference, and to leave a positive mark on the world.
So go out there, embrace your craziness, find your tribe, and let's see what amazing things we can create together.
I love it.
This has been an incredible deep dive into the mind of Jack Ma. Until next time, keep those innovative sparks flying.